I don't know if this is working or not, guys. Is that any better? Oh, crap. All right. Well, guys, we're not getting good cell phone service apparently here at Eaton's Neck, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. So you guys take good care, and we will see you tomorrow. Hey, Billy, what's up, man? Hey, Patriot Canadian. Okay, so you guys are finding me. Is this any better? I don't know why it would be any better. Back, okay. Well, we probably don't have very long before this gets disconnected, guys. So I'm just going to tell you, I'm having obviously bad connections here at the Eastern Neck Coast Guard Station. Don't have a really good connection here. So I'm probably going to wait and try to do some more live stream tomorrow morning, maybe on my way out, or I'm going to try to talk to Doug. Doug's offered to pick up some fuel line for me. I got to work out the logistics of him being able to come over here and meet me someplace. So I'm going to end this live stream and call the Coast Guard station over here and see if it'd be all right for Doug to deliver the fuel line to me. I can pull up to their dock and get it from them. And that would be easy. That would be really easy for me to be able to get that fuel line so I can replace the line. I had a problem with the fuel line. My old fuel line that runs, it's the return line, the line that goes from the engine back to the fuel tank. It runs a circular route. It goes from the engine to the fuel tank, from the fuel tank to the fuel filter, and back to the engine. It's constantly going around. So the fuel is constantly in a state of fuel polishing and going through the filter. So we'll have to see how that works and see what we can do with it. But the one fuel line is badly disintegrating. It's being eaten alive by the diesel fuel. Doug seemed to think that the stuff that we add to the fuel to clean the diesel or the injector cleaner and that kind of stuff is probably what caused that fuel line to erode so much. So he's going to see if he can pick me up some new line so I can replace it and just put some fresh line on there. So I just got to figure out some way of meeting him. And I don't know, I'm right here at the Coast Guard station here at Eaton's Neck. I don't know if they're going to let me pull up to their dock and have Doug run down and drop that off to me. But anyhow, we'll see. Anyhow, well, we got a little bit of a connection here. I guess we might as well go ahead and continue. But we're probably going to run into some issues here pretty quickly, so I wouldn't expect this is going to last very long. But we'll try. We'll try. Hey, Steve's Vids. Hey, Patriot Canadian. Doug, what's up, man? Hey, I want to say something. Last night, a number of guys, 4 different people jumped in and donated money to me for provisions and stuff. And I really want to thank them very much. That was really cool of them to do that. I was able to go out and get almost a month's worth of provisions for the boat. Quite a bit, actually. And so, you know, I guess that I just want to say thanks to those guys. That was really awesome of them. I was planning on leaving anyway with nothing left but canned goods. But now we were able to pick up some fresh meats and vegetables, and so in fact, I'm going to enjoy putting some ribs or something on the grill tonight. So I sailed to Connecticut, hung out till 2:30, looking for you. I missed you. Yeah, I ended up running into a problem with my fuel line and also my roller furling getting jammed up. So I'm here at Eaton's Neck Coast Guard Station right now, here in the little anchorage. I was kind of looking for you, so I'm sorry about that, brother. And if you sailed over to Connecticut, I don't know how the hell you did that, because there was no wind out there today at all. Or at least very, very little. So, Adrian, cool, man. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate that. Yep, yeah, it was really nice to some guys to jump in on the PayPal. And I will say, you know, somebody always asks, what does it cost to go sailing? It costs everything you got. I mean, that's just the long and short of it. Everything you've got, that's how much it costs. I had 4 different people contribute money to me to go out and be able to buy some provisions, and I actually spent almost to within the penny of how much money those guys donated. And so, you know, that's what it is, you know. And it wasn't by choice. I didn't add it up. I didn't calculate. You know, I knew about how much money that I was going to have available, and I just sort of guesstimated as I was grabbing groceries what I could and couldn't get. And I mean, it was down to like 49 cents from exactly how much was donated. So all of that money went into provisions, and I've got provisions last me a bit now, so I'm good. I'm good. I'm very good. Now I'm hoping the wind picks up tomorrow. We've got some better sailing weather. It really was not a great day out there for sailing. I did get the head sail out, and was able to do a little sailing today. Very little sailing, motor sailing a little bit. That was about it. Although there was a period today where I was pissed off about the roller furling being jammed. I was pissed off about the fuel line leaking and having to fix that, because I pretty much had to take apart the front of my engine to do it. Those things frustrated me, and I was really angry earlier today. Frank Daniels called me right as I was like in the peak of my anger and frustration. I didn't take it out on him, but I kind of cut that conversation short. And then as I worked my way through it, you know, the roller furling was a fairly simple repair, and the fuel problem was a fairly simple repair. I just had to bob around out there in the bay to work it out. So wasn't a big deal. It really wasn't a big deal. I should not have gotten so frustrated and angry with it, but you know, that's the learning curve with trying to figure this stuff out as we go along. So yep, guys, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and all that kind of fun stuff. I would appreciate it. You can see some of the boats over here behind me. There's a sailboat and a power boat, and there's been a couple other smaller launches coming and going. Some other people have pulled in, turned around, and left. I guess they thought it was too crowded for them. Pretty much low tide. I'm not hitting bottom, so I'm okay. I'm not gonna get too worried about it. I think we're gonna be just fine here tonight. And then when if I leave in the morning, it'll be pretty much high tide. I just got to work out the logistics. I don't know if the Coast Guard will let me meet Doug there or not. They may not let him into their compound. So I got to call him and find out. And then I'll call Doug and let him know. As otherwise, we may have to figure out some other place to meet. And I'm not really sure where that could be. So got to do some homework. So anywho, guys, other than that, it was a gorgeous day. For a while there today, I shut the engine off and just sailed with just a head sail alone. Wasn't going very fast. I was only doing like 3 or 4 knots, just ghosting along. But let me tell you something, it was quiet and it was peaceful and it was such a pleasure. It really was such a pleasure. So no, Roman, I've got to get over to Bristol, Rhode Island to meet the guy to get the dinghy. That's kind of the big part of what this trip is all about, is getting over there to meet him so we can pick that up. So we have a nice sailing regatta this weekend, about 200 miles in Lake Ontario, over 90 boats registered. Wow, slipstream, that's a lot. John Dolan, yes, I tried the autopilot. I have to figure out something with the with it yet. I'm not really sure if it's a problem with it's not being calibrated correctly. It doesn't seem like it's getting information from the compass. It doesn't seem to be getting any compass readings. So SV Akula sent me the manuals on that, and I've been reading through them, but I've got to do a bit more work on that. Today's been working on the head sail and working on the fuel line, obviously. So, and now tomorrow I'm hoping to get the mainsail up. But you know, I'm an advocate. You know, sails are like wives, guys. Sails are like women. You know, the Arabs and the what do you call it? The people in the Mormons, I guess. The Mormons, yeah. The Mormons and the Arabs have a saying that one wife is one headache and 2 wives is 2 headaches. Well, the same thing goes with sails. You can put your head sail up, that's one headache, dealing with that. You put your mainsail up, that's a second headache, dealing with that. But let me tell you, when you put the second sail up, just like when you get the second wife, the first one really becomes a problem. And so it's a lot of stuff that has to be dealt with. So, but tomorrow I'm going to put the mainsail up and work out all the kinks involved with it and get it organized. So, and that's what this trip is going to be a lot about, just working out all that kind of stuff. So, hey Gene, what's up, man? How you doing? 12 degrees, what's up? Adrian, super dude. Adrian just hit my PayPal for 50. Thank you, Adrian. Very nice of you, guy. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, dude. Eaton's Neck looks like a nice, quiet little spot. Well done, big man. Thanks, 12 degrees. It really is quiet. And I can see over here, I can see over here in the bay, there's sandhill cranes, there's pelicans, there's Canadian geese, and when I pulled in, I saw some deer. Actually saw some deer walking along the beach. So I guess it's a bit of a wildlife area as well, which is kind of cool. So yeah, this was sort of a unknown gem to me. I kind of like this spot. So Eaton's Neck, is that on the north shore of Long Island? Yes, it's on the north shore of Long Island, east of Glen Cove, east of Port Washington, west of Port Jefferson. Looks like you're sitting on a mirror. Yeah, there's nothing in here. No wind, no waves, no movement whatsoever. Nice and quiet. So very, very protected. I mean, I've got land around me 360 degrees. There was a really narrow, I mean, really, really narrow cut to get in here. I was really wishing I had a better depth finder as I was coming in, but made it okay. So sounds like Churchill Downs. I just heard them blowing horns like they were starting a horse race. Never heard referred to as wives, but you're right. When things are good, it's good, but when things go bad, it seems to compound. That's certainly right, Slipstream. Looks perfect for wetting a line. You know, yeah, that may not be a bad idea. Might be some flounder or something up in here. So, be interesting to see. Although, not this time of day. If there's flounder in here, they'd be here at high tide, not during low tide. So, hey Todd, what's up, brother? I used to go there all the time. Coast Guard station nearby, and the lighthouse is supposed to be haunted. Oh, a haunted lighthouse. That's cool. At least you made a quiet area. Yeah, it's a beautiful quiet area. I'm gonna fire up the grill. I'm gonna fire up the grill and throw some ribs. I bought some ribs. I'm gonna throw some ribs on the grill and enjoy. I'm gonna crack open some beers. Although tonight's cocktail, a big old double strong screwdriver. That's all this is, a screwdriver. Any day that I have to get all dirty and greasy, you can see the backs of my hands. Any day I got to get all dirty and greasy, I think I deserve a screwdriver or a decent drink from it. And so that's what we got. So, haunted lighthouse sounds fun. It does. Yeah, thanks, Pilot. Appreciate you dealing with that. I haven't been able to catch a live show for quite some time. Well, thank you, Adrian, man. I really appreciate the donation. Sir, you rock, dude. Absolutely rock. Lots of bluefish in the area. You know, I did see a tremendous amount of bunkers as I was sailing over here. I mean, more bunkers than I've ever seen in Long Island Sound before. I mean, just acres and acres and acres of bunkers. I was kind of surprised by it. So, reminds me of places on the... Of course, bluefish aren't really good eating, so I'm not really thrilled about going and catching them. Got lemons, make lemonade. There you go, Doug. Don't have any lemons, but I did buy some lemon juice. I have a lot of whiskey. And I'm not a big whiskey drinker, but I don't mind a whiskey sour now and then. So I bought some lemon juice and some sour mix to drink up the whiskey. So thanks, Frank. Appreciate that, brother. I will say Lily had sort of a fun day today. She parked her butt right up there to the side of the mast, right next to the other boarding ladder, the old boarding ladder. She parked her butt up there and pretty much spent the entire day sitting up there. It was sort of funny, the flies were bothering her, and she was just ripping her head around trying to bite flies all day today. It was kind of funny watching her, but she seemed to like that. What are bunkers? Menhaden, Slipstream. They're also known as Manhattan. They're a bait fish that's quite common here as well. Not this common, but very common here in the area. Spent much time in that area. Cool. Whiskey and Coke. Yeah, I'm not a whiskey and Coke kind of guy. I agree, Christine. Okay. All right, guys. Well, anyhow, I believe we've gotten through this much of a live stream without some sort of a technical error. Cut out the bloodline in the blues, and they're pretty good. Yeah, I know, Jet, but fishy tasting fish. I don't like fishy tasting fish. I mean, they're kind of oily and greasy, and I'm not into that on fish. So I guess you put the rest, all the people who said you couldn't sail. Well, Pilot, you know, I never really felt the need that I needed to do that, but apparently, yeah, One of my viewers, one of my friends said, well, I guess they're going to be eating crow tonight, aren't they? Yeah, well, what can you do, man? I mean, just how ignorant and idiotic do they got to be? I mean, it's just crazy. I don't feel like I need to prove to anybody that I could sail. I know I can sail. I love sailing. Sailing's simple. I mean, sailing is stupid simple. I mean, it really is. It doesn't take an intelligent person to sail. Maybe if you want to, pull every, little bit of power out of your sail like they do when they're racing and, but I mean, for just someone like myself who's just traveling by sailboat and enjoying my life, it's really simple, stupid. I mean, you pull it out, you roll it back up. You raise it up, you pull it back down. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know how to sail. I mean, geez, all for the last 52 days, I've been sitting there in Manhasset Bay, 51 days, sitting there in Manhasset Bay, watching, 8, 9, and 10-year-old kids out there sailing. Anybody can sail. It's not that hard, guys. And for trolls to go back and say, oh, he doesn't know how to sail, I mean, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's why I didn't bother responding to it. I will say this much. Did a lot of bouncing around in Manhasset Bay. It was a busy anchorage, lots of boats and lots of movement through there. Just a big anchorage. Can you guys hear that? You hear the trumpet playing? Well, I guess someone showed us they know how to play taps, I guess. That wasn't taps, that was, well, I'm not sure what that was. I guess I don't know enough. But yeah, I guess the Coast Guard station was playing the trumpet. So that was cool. Sit here and listen to trumpet playing. Oh, let me see what I missed here in the chat. Oh, wow, a lot. Bluefish cheeks are good and you're in the morning. Okay. I think most just wanted to see your boat sailing. Yeah, well, so did I. But, and when I left Port Washington this morning and there was no wind, I was like, oh great, there's no wind, no point in sailing. So check Northport Town Dock. I think it's free during the day. Huh, okay. They have no life, so they feel that they have to run someone else's. You're right, Frank. You're absolutely right. Northport is awesome. Extra hose and brass couplers are always good to have on hand. Yes, Wood Beast, you're absolutely correct. I maintained 4 knots to Connecticut, but motored back. Wow, okay. They may be practicing in the Coast Guard station. Maybe. Thought it was bagpipes. No, it was trumpet. It was a trumpet playing. Retreat, pulling down the flag. You get a concert with your free docking. There you go. Yeah, you're probably right. They're pulling down the flag, and so they were playing the horn while playing. Yep. And they're off. Yeah, Doug, that's what it sounded like originally to me. It sounded like horse racing getting going. So I was loving you flying the Jolly Roger. Well, Wood Beast, there it is, buddy. It's up there flying. And okay, guys, I know some people gave me crap for having a Jolly Roger and spending $11 when I'm broke or whatever. But you cannot get a better wind indicator on your boat than having a flag from the yardarm. When you go up to your spreaders and you put a flag up there, even that little flag, that is, to me, the best wind indicator. I much prefer it than looking all the way up at the top of the mast for that one, for my Windex. I could sit here and I can just look up my flag and see what direction the wind's blowing, and if it's blowing at all. The Windex will show the direction, but it doesn't show you whether there's any power to it or any speed to it. A flag will show you. If the flag's hanging drooping like this, there's no wind. If it comes up a little bit, okay, there's a little bit of wind. If that sucker's straight out on its side, the wind's blowing, time to go sailing. So right now, it's not time to go sailing. It's, it's about as limp as I am. Oh, TMI, guys, TMI. So Oh man, this is so nice in here. I am gonna sleep like a baby. This is like solid, flat, mirror like water. The boat is not moving at all. I didn't bother setting the hook. I just dropped my anchor down. I'm in about 20 feet of water. And I know that because on my anchor I have 20 feet of chain. I let the chain go down. As soon as I got to the shackle, I could feel the anchor bouncing on the bottom. So I'm in about 20 feet of water out where my anchor is. I've drifted back in here in the cove. I don't know how deep it is here because I don't have a really good working depth finder at the moment. But I think I'm going to be awesome tonight, man. I think I'm going to be absolutely awesome. Score, review those people. What you heard first was the call to attention. Okay. Too cool, man. Yeah, I bet you're right. I was loving you flying the Jolly Roger. Okay. Yes, my hands are dirty, man. I've been mechanicking, and I don't have any mechanic soap. I added that to my shopping list today. I need to get some of that mechanic soap to wash my hands. I've actually not gone swimming since I did the mechanic work. I should have done the mechanic work and jumped into the Long Island Sound and swam a bit with my bar of soap and cleaned my hands, but I didn't. I got hot and sweaty. I just wanted to go on, so I got the motor going, and I've been going ever since. So, blowing hard or limp. Yep, that's about it, ma'am. Sad news, Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin passed away, pancreatic. Oh, man. Wow. Well, I hope she got some RESPECT, because she was an awesome, incredible, phenomenally talented lady. Aretha Franklin was that. There's an icon that's gone by. So my neighbor plays that on his trumpet every morning before he raises the flag. Okay. TMI. Wow. Rest in peace, Wetaline, man. Is New Haven still in the plan? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think New Haven's in the plan right now. I think I'm going to try to cross over. I don't know. I'm going to have to get down below and fire up the Active Captain and my mapping software and avionics and make a whole new plan, because all my old plans are just out the window. So okay. Okay, let's see. I went back too far. I'm in New Haven. New Haven's on the plan. Okay, now, have you ever been there when you were a young pup? No, I've never been in this anchor. I didn't know this anchorage even existed till now. Okay, guys, well, we had a good run. Well, we had a good run there for a little bit, so. Yes, very sad news indeed. It's been a day of buffering. Yep. Sadly, is part of life. Live your dream now. Yeah, would be. I am loving life right now. Yep. Okay. Well, I think we're back. I think we're back, guys. I think we're back live. Yep. Just got buffered for a second there. It got better all of a sudden, but not perfect. So I'm back. But anyhow, I'm gonna crap out here anyway, because we're gonna have more problems going forward. And frankly, after the day I had today, I want to get some ribs on the grill. Well, you know what? To be honest with you, I'm so damn tired. I may just. All right, guys, I'm back here briefly, but it's going to crap out. So anyhow, we're going to go ahead and move on. So, yep, if you want to, and just to clarify, Sunday night's live stream is going to be Patreon only. It does cost you about $4, $1 per video that I put up a month to become a Patreon. I put about 4 videos up a month, so it costs you about $4 a month to be a member, a patron, and then you'll be able to participate in the Sunday night live streams. Sunday night, I will be at a location where I have good cell phone service. Whether I'm at a bar or a restaurant or whatever, I will be someplace where I'll have solid service, so we don't have all this buffering. I'm not just gonna pick an anchorage en route. I should be up in Bristol someplace at that time, or pretty close to Bristol, so we should have pretty good service. But yeah, it was a tough day on the water, but we got it taken care of. You know, it was a tough day and it was an awesome day all at the same time. So I absolutely had a blast with it. I really enjoyed there for a while, shutting the engine off, shutting the generator off, and just letting the wind blow me. I wasn't making good distance or good speed, but you know, it was the sailing equivalent of getting a back rub. You know, it just felt so good and so right. So, anyhow, kids, before we get buffered again, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Be good, be careful, take good care of everybody. In the description down below, you'll find links to my Patreon and PayPal account should you want to contribute to the cause. Those of you guys who contributed, I greatly appreciate. Love you guys for what you've done. And you guys, you know that you know, those guys that have donated, you know you're getting that extra content. I mean, I've been calling you up, I've been sending you pictures, I've been sending you video clips and stuff throughout the day. There's a lot more to it, and I try to do what I can to reward people that are generous to me. You know, it's a whole different experience when you get to that level. So doesn't matter how fast you were going, as long as you were enjoying yourself. Oh, Gene, buddy, it was like heaven. It was like heaven, just being out there, having the sails up, enjoying the quiet, and letting the boat go forward with nothing more than wind power, even though there was very little wind. So how can you take care of each other? You know, take care of those people around you. Take care of people. Give a shit. I mean, that's basically what that means. Care about your fellow man. You know, you see somebody downtrodden, help them out. So, hey Dave, how you doing, buddy? Knowing your stuff, it looks like I might be Tuesday. I'm going to do everything I can to get there on Sunday or Monday, Dave. I'm going to push trying to get there, but you know how sailing is. There's no guarantee. So, well, we do have a community here. We do. We really do. So, anyhow, guys, I'm going to end this here. Be good, be careful, take good care of one another, and we will see you in the morning. Good night, guys.